We ready, folks? Let's fight! Let's fight! Let's fight! Let's fight! Let's fight! Ring me stuff down, folks. Let's fight! Oh, you're good. Good to have you and every one of you here, folks. Good to have you, every one of you here. Let's fight, guys. Welcome in the ring. Pace and power. Let's fight! Pace and power. How you folks this evening? Happy Independence. Happy Independence to each and every one of you. Good to see you, folks. Play the damn right spirit. Smash that emoji button. Good to have you, folks. Good to have each and every one of you. So much of you, so many of you pouring into the ring, folks, pouring into the Coliseum, pouring into the arena. Good to have you here. Share the damn live stream, Polly and Schultz. Share the damn live stream, Wonder Fortune and Shellon Joseph. Share the damn live stream. We are going to do the same at our end, folks. You do that at your end. We're going to do that. Share. Smash that emoji button for us, guys. Please and thank you. Pace and power. Boots on the ground, of course. We're not backing down. Share the damn live stream. Smash that emoji button, guys. We're fired up at our end and ready to go as well. There you all there. No problem, everybody. Good to see you, folks. Good to see you, folks. Share the live stream, guys, and smash that emoji button and ensure that you share. Share to your profiles. Share to your pages. Share to the groups that you wonderful folks are in. We are fired up at our end, ready to go. Make sure you guys are ready as well. We're going to have a guest this evening, believe it or not. Yep. Read the status now. Read the status. Please and thank you. Read it for us. Please and thank you, folks. Good to have each and every one of you in the ring, and we'll ensure that we share in all the right pages, guys, in all the right places. Good to have you wonderful folks. Share the live stream, guys, and smash that emoji button as well. Please and thank you, folks. Love to have all of you guys here with us, and we're ensuring that we are shared to all the correct places. Share, guys. Smash that emoji button for us. Yep. Fired up, ready to go. Fired up, guys, ready to go. Making sure that we share across social media, guys. Share the live stream. Smash that emoji button for us. Please and thank you. Pace and power. Boots on the ground. We're not backing down this evening, guys. Share. Smash that emoji button. Ensure that we're all the right places. And I think we're ready to go now. I think we're about ready, guys. And we hope you folks are as well. Set, ready. Good to go, folks. Happy to have each and every one of you guys here. And we are done. Welcome in the ring wherever you folks joining us from this evening. Ensure we're in all the correct places. Wilson Blue, Diane Polite, and Bethany, Marvel Scott, Joanne Stewart, Alexis Marshall, and Douglas. Yep, Sheena Hazel is here as well. Yep. The bell trying to keep up. This is Independence Good now. Good to have you, Devon Austin, Marley Thomas, and all the other fantastic, lovely folks. Great to have you here. We're fired up, ready to go. We're about to hit the number we need to hit, guys, to set up. Smash that emoji button for us. Smash that emoji button, please, and share the live stream. Lorraine Clark, good to see you. Good to have Sharon Castillo Edwards as well. I called Lorraine a maiden name there, Lorraine Clark, Sharon Castillo Edwards. I'm heading back. Borin Chichester, good to see you. Chichester Paul. Alson Cortez is here. Joan Robertson. Tanya is here as well. Tanya Cummins. Lorraine Clark Shanks is here. Yvonne Daly. And all the other folks. Share that live stream, folks. Smash the emoji button. Roxanne Odessa Jacobs. Great to see you guys here. Live and in living color, folks. Love having each and every one of you. Thanks to all of you who joined our morning program today. FYI. We had the one and only Mr. Winston Jordan, and he's going to be in the ring shortly, folks. One of these nights, he is going to be in the ring as well. And we heard that Trevor Ben has won that case that went before the appeal. There was a point of law that was being appealed, and we're being made to understand as we come on that Trevor Ben, folks, chairman of the Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union, the chairman who they so illegally removed recently, folks, he has won that issue there before the Court of Appeal, and we perhaps will talk to you about a little bit about that before we go this evening. Otherwise than that, Randolph and Denise Williams and Jennifer Johnson and Bevan Haynes and Carol Hudson and Florida Jacob Sward and all the folks who are joining us. You know, we're so privileged to meet so many folks. I met a couple of our favorite guys just today. Yeah. Kevin Chisholm and his mother, Respect and Manners, and the other young lady who we met there this afternoon as well. Thanks to each and every one for being so supportive of what we do, guys. Brandy's Barker, good to have you here. Beatrice Selby, good to have you here, guys. We are fired up, and you know, we are ready to go. Where you all at tonight, folks? Where you all there? Where you all at? Good to have you, folks. Good to have each and every one of you with us. First and foremost, why don't we start by wishing you guys a happy 56th Independence Anniversary for our beloved country. Happy 56th Independence Anniversary, Guyana, or wherever you guys are joining us from around the world, folks. You all know there's nowhere like home. Nowhere like home, folks. Nowhere at all like home. And we wish each and every one of you happy independence. We have such a beautiful country. There's only the trench crappers and the jagabats we got to get rid of. And then all shall be well, folks. All shall be well. It's only the trench crappers. Y'all know what we're talking about. Y'all call some of the names. Y'all know them. It's only them we got to deal with. And then we're going to have a perfect country. The trench crappers and the jagabats. Folks, happy independence. Let's ring the bell for independence. Let's down like people and smash that remote button. Good to have you guys. Happy independence. Yep. Joan Stephanie side there in Nesikebo. Yep. I wish it was there too. Live and direct, folks. Live and direct from Devon Square. Jumbie Bird Square. Kuala Mingo, good to have you. Happy independence, our people. Happy independence. Y'all know we got a little ways, right? Y'all know we got a little ways, but we can overcome. We shall overcome, folks. We shall overcome. Right? We shall overcome, people. We shall overcome. No doubt, we shall. No doubt, we shall overcome. Again, I don't want to start this evening without wishing each and every one, where is a trench crop, where is a jagabat, happy independence. Where is a catpole or a cricketer, happy independence. Where is a Karen Crow or a scarecrow or the jumbie bird, happy independence to y'all. All y'all belong to me. Paulette Occupants, happy independence. And Anthony Edmonds, happy independence. Randolph Benjamin, happy independence. Happy independence, folks. Kuala Mingo, I see Roxanne Austin. Roxanne Austin is here as well. Happy independence, all of you folks. Tracy Mojave, happy independence. We're a couple hours off, folks, and we're so privileged. Angie Christian, happy independence. Happy independence. Please and thank you. We're so happy to have you folks here. Ian Adams and Marvin Major and Roxanne Odessa. I see Camille Wilson is here as well, folks. Share the damn live stream. Gail Alicock, smash that emoji button for us. Happy Independence, Gail. Happy Independence, Cheryl Mulrain. Lois McKenzie, happy Independence. Ofta, good to see you. David, happy Independence. Savitri Zal, happy Independence to you, Savitri. And Anthony Ekmanson and Rena Cummins, happy Independence, guys, to each and every one of you, the thousands of you who are watching us from around the world. It's our privilege, guys. It's our privilege to have all of you guys here with us on a nightly basis. It's so heartening that you guys respond to our program in this way. We are touched. That's why we say happy independence. We can give you all a hug each. We do that. But we're sending the thousands of cyber hugs to the thousands of you out there. Lyndon Gill and Renal Warren and is it Sido, Suklal. Happy Independence. And saying happy independence, Donna Miller. Happy independence to you. Hazelin King, happy 56. Oh, y'all don't let me fight too much tonight in the comment section. Not too much, but you could share the damn live stream and you can smash that emoji button as well. Wilma Grant, happy independence. Edon Rodney, happy 56. We ain't looking too bad. We actually like fine. Well, some of we look like pulling. See now, y'all jawbone and collarbone. Things tight. For some people, real tight. We looking too bad though. Not too bad. Carol Hudson and Onika Glenn. I see Paulette Niles is here as well, and Maria Niles, all the whole Niles tribe and clan here this evening. PNCR Patriots, good night to you as well. Rolf Fredericks, good night to you folks. And we are ready to go. Happy Independence. We already got a guest in studio, believe it or not, folks. Fired up and ready to go, folks. And let's start here. Photo of the day as we start on Independence. This is photos of the day because we saw some young people and we're happy. You know, these young people are going to take over. Y'all hurry. Y'all hurry and take over. Some of the school had career day / culture day, career culture day. And we were so happy for what we saw. Our young people, the future is bright if you look at their faces and you see all the potential. You know, some we done gone through, there's no coming back. Right? There's only no left for you. Put with the boat, sail out, and let the shark eat us. Right? Sail us out to sea and let the sharks do the rest. There's no coming back. But the young people in this country, there is so much potential. And we saw some of that today, folks, in our young people in the schools across this country as they celebrated Career Day, as they celebrated Culture Day. Look what we saw, my Lord. Couldn't start it. I think we started on the wrong foot here. I think we started on the wrong foot. But nonetheless, here we are. Let's see if we get this better. Let's see if we get this better. I want to start on the right path this evening. Yeah, I think we have it now. I want us to start on the right path. And here we have all of those young people from across the country. Folks, look at them. The future is bright. We got with nurses and with doctors, you know, you name it. Or we have our health professionals. Those guys who are going to be on the vanguard for the next pandemic and another decade or two to come. They're going to be the ones on the front line, you know, and, you know, our future look bright as these folks celebrated Culture Day. And this school in particular, and let me give them a shout out, try to find my notes. I was a little distracted there. I see my guests fired up and ready to go. And I want to make sure that I am as well. This school, folks, this is a Good Fortune Primary School. This is their Culture Day, Good Fortune Primary School. And doesn't our future look bright? Our future look bright. Bright as ever. This is Good Fortune Culture Day, folks. Good Fortune. This is in Region 3. Good Fortune Primary School, and they look so well. Look at another shot here we have for you. The future looking bright. As we say, happy independence to all. Look at our young people. We got a soldier here. We got some people in construction. We got a pilot. Yep. And then we got, I think we have a couple more for you guys. Look what's happening. This is Waterloo Primary, we're being told. Waterloo Primary, and these young folks looking so great. Waterloo Nursery, rather. Waterloo Nursery School. I'm so hurry for them to get on and take charge of this country. Waterloo Nursery School, you know, and I could see our guest this evening when he was young like this in his little lawyer outfit and so on, his little gown. You know, the future is bright with these little ones. I think we have a final one. We have some, you know, the future belongs to the teachers. You know, and our teachers play such an important role in this country. I wish the government would treat them better, but the young ones are gearing up. They look so cute. Folks, and this is Waterloo Nursery School, and we say respect and manners to all of those teachers and parents who went out of the way to ensure that Culture Day, folks, and Career Day was a success. We love the way the little ones are looking. Yep. We love it, folks. We love it. That being said, guys, we're heading along on the fight line. Where you all be? Where you all at? Good to see each and every one of you. Yep, did I miss one? Don't want to miss any. Look at this one here. Don't want to miss any. Look at this one. We got a commissioner of police already. We got some policemen. Yep. And look like we have an office clerk. We may have a baker here. Who knows? But again, folks, our future is more than bright with our young people. They're coming strong. And we tell you all, guys, Ghana is not a real place. It is not a real place. Share the live stream. Smash that emoji button, folks. And prepare to partner with us as well. Look why we said, y'all know these things more than us. Y'all know. Now, this could be kind of reckless, right? Is it reckless? It's fun. You know, they say it's fun for little boy. It's death to trench crapo, right? So we saw this one here, 10 City. I don't know if this is an employee of 10 City, but I got to put in for fitness if so. This is no way to commandeer a vehicle, right? No way. I think the guys have sent us some video to where this is concerned. This is no way, folks, to carry on. They say it was fun for little boy. It's death for crapo. And, you know, more and more we watch things. It could be so. Could be so.
Very nice. Wow.
I imagine that is Wolford Avenue in Georgetown. Reckless, we say.
Wow.
Moving along, folks. That being said, moving along. Here we go. Look, story. You all remember this one? Ghana is now replaced. Just last evening, we were talking about this policeman that we saw in a video in New Amsterdam who was pummeling taxi driver, and we were made to understand, at least from the video evidence, is look, we don't see what transpired before and how did the policeman got into the door of the taxi driver. But there were some punches being thrown, and you know, this man looked like he was knocked out. He looked like he was knocked out. Guyanese don't take anything seriously. We don't take anything seriously. So let us take you from what transpired last night, and then we can bring you all to where we are currently. This is what transpired yesterday, New Amsterdam. I think we have it every time now.
Shots for the squad.
Yeah. Take it back one more time.
Shots for the squad.
Yeah, maybe the policeman could have exercised a little more restraint after the man was already knocked out, of course. Maybe. But again, this is going to be up for public debate. Share the live stream, smash the emoji button. What comes next? Y'all Guyanese and easy. Y'all swift. Y'all swift with nothing else, because within 24 hours, y'all don't take nothing serious, you know. Y'all don't take nothing serious.
Yo, AJ, you ain't got no respect for
nothing.
I gonna show you how guy and the police
serious.
On the ground, one in your jaw. When I done it straight for get
yeah.
Licks in your mothers. Days I pass, go on the ground. Must you think I weak? Policeman dumb. Everybody sees he touch me first.
You wanna fight me? Them man a side P. You wanna fight me? Them man a side P.
Me officer plug out. Me officer plug out. Officer plug out. Me officer plug out.
Are you ready to rumble? Officer, one to you, but I got respect for the boys in blue. I never expect for you drag me down, cuff me up in me face when I dip on the ground. You beat me up worse than me mother. Number one plug up police in Guyana. No license or fitness. I never expect this licks. You wanna fight me? Them man a side P. You wanna fight me? Them man a side P.
Me officer plug out. Me officer plug out. Officer plug out. Me officer plug out.
Ghana is not a real place, people. Alright, we got plug out in some of y'all, especially them trench crappos and the jagabats. And definitely, I guess my gala plug out on the PPP this evening. Alright, y'all don't take nothing seriously? Nothing?
Yo, AJ, you ain't got no respect for the law. I gonna show you how guy and the police bad. On the ground, one in your jaw. When I done it straight for get charged.
Licks in your mothers. Days I pass, go on the ground. Must you think I weak? Policeman dumb. Everybody sees he touch me first.
You wanna fight me? Them man a side P. You wanna fight me? Them man a side P.
Me officer plug out. Me officer plug out. Officer plug out. Me officer plug out.
Are you ready to rumble? Officer, one to you, but I got respect for the boys in blue. I never expect for you drag me down, cuff me up in me face when I dip on the ground. You beat me up worse than me mother. Number one plug up police in Guyana. No license or fitness. I never expect this licks. You wanna fight me? Them man a side P. You wanna fight me? Them man a side P.
Me officer plug out. Me officer plug out. Officer plug out. Me officer plug out.
An investigation has been launched. We told you that last evening, and the Commissioner of Police acting, Clifton Hickins, says that he's going to move with a clarity because this is in the public interest and investigation. We want to know. Hope that report doesn't stay on a shelf for too long, folks. We hope that report doesn't stay on a shelf for too long and get just after the investigation is finished. We really want to know all that surrounded this altercation between this taxi driver in New Amsterdam and a policeman. Folks, share the damn live stream, smash the emoji button. Let's get on with it. There's them boys section, trench crappos. Is there news? And the Jagabats, of course, is their news. And look what we've been covering, guys. Look up some of what we've been covering. We gotta skip back a little bit, guys. Look some of what we've been covering. They don't talk about how some projects start, They're just be there. They are just there to take all of the accolades. But this project here we saw today, the signing of the contract for the new Demerara Harbour Bridge, and if truth is to be told, lots of the proprietary work for this to come to fruition today started under the previous administration. Lots of people, lots of the Jagabats watching us right now, they always want to know what did APNU AFC did, right? And the proprietary work, the studies that went into this, right? All of the groundwork was already laid. Them boys just kick the ball in the goal, right? All the dribbling and everything else on the field happened already. All the strategy and so on. Them boys just cut the ball right by the goal and they kick it in. Right? And they can talk about, look what happening. Right? APNU AFC project, another project. Yet another project. I know you got some Jagabats and trench crappers right now going to be on this live and asking, what the AFC ever did? Look, one of the things. And there must be continuity of government. We can't argue with that. And in that vein, this project being one in the national interest has gone forward. Thanks to folks like the vision of the former President David Arthur Granger and the former Minister of Infrastructure, Minister Patterson, give kudos where it belongs. They would never give a little citation and say, you know what, this thing started under them boys, but that's how they operate. That is how they operate, folks, and we're just gonna do what we gotta do and continue to highlight these issues, guys. We are going to continue to highlight these very, very issues. Moving on the fight card, guys. Moving on the fight card. What can we tell y'all? Lots of stuff happening. Them boys in came with COVID, Like them boys throw COVID out the window. Are we to start there? Is that where we're going to start? As we continue looking at them boys' news, Jagabats and trench crappers. But look first. Well, you all know, for the first time in the history of this country, the national flag raising ceremony has been moved from the capital. And in our website, Credible Sources, which can be found at crediblesources.com, we've talked about this. We've looked in the Caribbean, our guys, and they've never seen anything like this. Yes, there are instances where they are what we call mini flag raising ceremony in outlying areas, different townships and so forth. And we've seen that in other places as well. But to move the entire event, which is going to, I think it's Damon Square in Anna Regina, is something totally different. And the folks are telling us it is the regime retreating from the national capital city because, of course, and Region 4 in particular, because their events, the national events in this part of our geography has been so poorly attended in the recent past that they've now got to go to where they consider they can get more people attending these events. So they look as though the status quo remains, but people have been rejecting their policies and not attending their national event because, of course, things tight. How the economy looking for you? How your pocket doing this evening? So, guys, we're following that. We're following what's happening at Anna Regina this evening into tomorrow, where that flag raising is concerned. I can be listening to some of the speeches very keenly. So that's happening there. And folks, like, they have thrown away the whole rule book where it concerns COVID-19. We're all over the place where it concerns the regulations for us. Let's bring the bell. All those who have gone before us, this COVID-19. Them boys policy all over the place. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. The last advice we had was to wear a mask as far as possible because COVID is still here with us. It's good. The confirmed cases is not only going up locally, but also if you're looking at what's happening in Trinidad, the confirmed cases are going up as well. And this is what we saw today in SDK. It was like we just threw the whole book with COVID. Nobody wear masks, for example. If any example at all is being cited by AF and Ali. But what more can we say? What more can we expect, folks? Right? Leaders are going to lead. But of course, if you're not a leader, right? And you install, you know what's going to happen. Share the damn live stream, folks, and smash that emoji button. We thought it's a very bad example being set for our young people. And notice some of the students, too, are not wearing their masks. We hastening on to have our guest. Here's another snapshot of what was transpiring there. We really set an example as big people. We really set an example as leaders, or we are not. It doesn't seem as though example has been set here, especially where COVID-19 is concerned. Some of the young people do have masks around their head, but of course they are not wearing their masks. And somebody who I got to ask my guest about tonight, because I don't know, every step of the way this person seems to be outshining Irfan Ali. Yes, there's where we there. There is where we are. Y'all know him. You know the man, I know the man. We all know the individual. Yep. We all know the individual. We said it the other day. The man Vex. Mir Motley is among the time 100 most influential persons for 2022. The man Vex. That's what we hear. The man Vex. You're going to be seeing less and less of Mir Motley locally. Watch and see. But y'all know what we're talking about. Right? Y'all know what we're talking about. What we are very concerned about as a people, and I'm going to ask my guests about this too, is the fact that there's a separation between the party and the state. Like there's a separation between the church and the state. But we saw today at some state-sponsored event, we saw the fellow campaigning, because notice on the shirt is big PPPC emblazoned. I mean, you can't be using state resources. You know, you're gone and you're doling out money to friends, families, and favorites, according to Khemraj, effing up the whole country, right? And you are attired in party paraphernalia. There's a big PPPC emblazoned across the shirt there. These things mean something in democratic societies, in societies where there's good governance, and there's a separation between the party and the state apparatus. These things mean something where it concerns accountability, folks, and rule of law. It means something. Right? But it's only when some people doing it, it seemed to have a much pushback. So this is something for the trenches and the juggernaut to call out the installed vice president about. You cannot be using government resources on a government outreach, but you're campaigning. Save that for when you're on your party business and going around to your places. No problem with that. But again, I'm certain this is going to be frowned upon by any right-thinking Guyanese. Yep. So they've retreated to the escapable folks. Moving on, because we're seeing some more. You remember we showed you this last night? Then boys saw the man by helicopter, his GDF helicopter. I see him, one man arguing. When Granger was going somewhere, Granger was in the army helicopter. Granger was the commander-in-chief. Well, like you got to read and spell for some people. As commander-in-chief, you're the head of the armed forces. Of course, you know, you have the privilege of being flown in the GDF helicopter, right? Of course, right? But maybe it's the commander-in-chief flying in the helicopter that he buy, or the GDF helicopter, whoever helicopter it is. We told you about that. But some folks have put a spin on this. Them boys say that Barrett now gone rogue, right? Upstaging Irfan Ali at every turn. And then boys send us this photograph. They said the man has gone rogue. He has gone rogue. That is what we hear. Moving on very quickly nonetheless. Moving on. Because we want to know what is happening, and to get some context. Signs of the times, we move through very quickly, folks. We're almost at the end where we're going to bring our guests on. We always at that point. Signs of the times nonetheless. Here's what's happening, folks. You all see what's happening in some parts of this country. This is Kumu Creek. And I'm certain my guest, Khemraj Ramjattan, who is joining us this evening, is well afraid with these areas here. I mean, look, these trees, you know, banana trees don't be little and stumpy. Look at the leaf size, it's going to tell you how high these trees must be high. And look where that water is, folks. Right? And it appears to me that these guys are always on the back foot. Always on the back foot where flooding is concerned. Right? It's like we learn nothing. One flood season, from the next we learn nothing at all. We're always on the back foot. Nonetheless, our thoughts and prayers are on the people in all of these affected areas, and they've told us that places like Letem too have it terrible, and our thoughts and prayers go out to our dear brothers and sisters in all of those areas. Moving on the fight car, folks. Moving on the fight car. I have the privilege this evening, cutting it short, to welcome none other than Mr. Khemraj Ramjattan to the program this evening. Respect and manners. Respect and manners. Chief, how are you doing?
A very good night to you, Sharad.
A very good night to you as well.
And I had a peep as to what you were doing in the previous half an hour. I was enjoying it, I must tell you.
Khemraj, we are celebrating our 56th independence anniversary. Where are we as a big nation? Because it's 56, you have to have a little sense by now. What do you make of this particular 56th independence celebration? Where are we as a people, Khemraj?
Well, you know, it is not the best position that I'll put our people, our country, our government. And too many things are going wrong. And notwithstanding, leaving a massive inheritance after signing that oil and gas agreement with Exxon and leaving it for the benefit now, as we are collecting monies under this PPP administration, we still see that potential that we always dreamed about not being realized, notwithstanding this massive inheritance. Generations to come in future will appreciate what we did when we signed on that agreement to bring a revenue stream to ensure that we can live through inflationary times, live through flooding times, live through the climate regime that now sees so many negatives in relation to damage to our rice crops, damage to so many things, damage to what is happening at Kumu there. But it seems like that revenue stream not reaching the ordinary man, nothing. And it is hundreds of millions of dollars. For this year alone, $127 billion. And that is why there is this deep resentment, this deep disaffection with this country. I was up quarantine recently, and I noticed that even PPP supporters are still packing up and leaving the country. Some who had come back, and they said they can't take this thing anymore. The inflation here in Guyana is so high, they just can't make it. And they want to go back to New York and so on. And a couple of families have gone. And even those who had gotten their, visas and so on, hesitating before they leave. They said, no, let me glam away. So we have not really, come to terms with our nationhood as it ought to be. We haven't come to terms with the fact of the wealth being distributed equitably, so that everybody could share in the pie. And we will come to talk about what is happening at Essequibo, where they're literally saying that we're going to give people $250,000, and lots of other areas in this country can't get at $25,000.
Yeah, but let's start on our way there. Let's start on our way there, because one of the thing is they have tried to hoodwink people with is that they were better and are better with managing the economy. But even though they're trying to throw a lot of money at the problem persists. The problem persists, and the fact is, as you rightly articulated, lots of people not feeling it, not feeling this oil that we're pumping out there, right? Not feeling this money we're pumping in the economy locally, not seeing their way, can't get by. Prices are going up every day. But they said they were good for the economy, and people have never seen it.
No, they have never. Look, you saw Barjag there in front of a helicopter. There is a certain attribute, as I have indicated about his personality.
Talk to us.
Arrogance and wanting to be the numero uno, and that is the ego that he has. That is why he is doing a lot of damage to the Irfan Ali. And the instructions of the behind the scenes and all of that. And it is important to understand the individual, and also to understand the history of the individual in the context of managing money. You know that the PPP as a party, the PPP even as a government, used to exalt this individual as if he was the greatest money manager. But all our monies that he has found directly investing have turned to literally zero. The NIS money was bad investment. Big time savings of people.
Yeah.
Clico, $6 billion, and he put it into the Borbis Bridge and gave certain other subscribers to that company the big set of monies and profits, with only 5% of the Berbice Bridge Authority shares. And almost 90% of the money came from NIS, and they were only getting 2% profit. The other fella was getting 23% returns on their investment. And the NIS, government's money, taxpayers' money, savings from the NIS, they put, I think it's $3.6 billion, and they were getting only 2%. Other people getting 26%. And you just think about it, all the other major investments, the Surrender Engineering deal to make some specialty hospital, pay the man $5 million, the man get away to India, gone with the money. Fiber optic, gone, totally derelict.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
Berbice River Bridge, as I said, and then Clico, and then you get the biggest scam was, of course, the Skellen Sugar Factory.
Yep.
And
One
he's
laptop
saying-
per family.
Yes, and he was saying that we are going to build back the sugar industry. I will deal with it personally.
We can make it great
Deal
again.
with it personally, and look where we are.
Yep.
Today he went, he started.
IFRT recently. IFRT yesterday.
Yeah, and the man telling the IFLOT sugar workers, look, all you got to look for other jobs. All you got to look for other jobs. So the deceit and the hypocrisy and the deception, when we right-sized the sugar industry and said that this is the way we must go, he was fooling the sugar workers. And the sugar workers were accepting that deception with eyes wide open and accepting that, yes, he can manage it. They knew that you can't produce sugar at 28 cents US and sell for 13 cents. It doesn't make sense at all. And that is the trouble. Now that we see, they're saying that how we closed down Wales and we closed down Skeldon. Well, he can soon close down IFLOT. That is what he's telling the workers.
Correct.
That is exactly the
We
trap.
lied to you, but take 250,000.
Yes, and take 250,000. And that is what he went to Berbice and he paid the sugar workers up there an additional severance payment of 250,000. He gave a whole set of his supporters at 250,000 and more in the flood relief. And when we were asking, as you know, the question, please put it on the website, all the names of those flood relief victims that then got benefits from the government because it's taxpayers' money. The money want to put none of the names. But we now know, and even Aubrey Norton went up there, Blackbush and so on, and the people are telling him, like they have been telling me at Port Morant and so on, it is one big scam. It is buying the votes, buying his own support there, because his own supporters today are very critical of him and the PPP. And they're telling him that, you're fool we. You say you're going to bring back the sugar industry, but you can't bring it back.
Yeah.
And some of them directly telling him, what Ramjattan was telling us is turning out to be vindicated, to be the truth. Because he was at least more open. He brought a white paper. He brought discussions in Parliament via Noel Holder, of course. And we in the Alliance for Change, indeed, had a very, very wide charge in relation to that sugar decision. Again, I'm telling you that generations to come will realize that was one of the best decisions ever made. You see, in this country, politicians got to be honest with the people.
Correct.
Politicians got to make long-term decisions. Sugar ain't got a future. Money spent there is going into a black hole and it will never come out. And it is huge amounts. $36 billion we spent in our administration for 3 years. A lot of people were stupidly indicating that we shut it down too fast. It's 3 years we take, and then we right size. They come and they promise the people all manner of things. It can't happen. And so now they're telling them at IFLOT, look, boss, I got to look for other job.
Yeah.
They can't get the spare parts for that IFLOT factory. And they got to do reverse engineering to find out how they're going to get this thing, because that spare part, I understand, is some 50 years old. The part that they want to manufacture and make into a spare part and bring down here. And all manner of things. That is the same thing happening at Rosal, Kanji. The thing is almost derelict. It can collapse. It is an occupational hazard for the sugar workers. And we were warning them. We were making the right decision. In poor countries like Guyana, Sherrod, what we need are politicians that are going to circle the wagon in relation to major decisions like these. Major decisions like these. Just like when we saw in the oil deal, we would have wanted, I spoke to people like Jack Dale and so on. It is a good deal. Don't take stupidness that you're going to renegotiate and all of that. And you can get it chatterati them who parroting all kinds of things, property owners for newspapers and so on. They could say what they want. The trouble is that we wanted to start an oil industry in Guyana to have a revenue stream.
And if that industry, should be told, Khemraj, if that industry, you guys didn't do the work you did, we would have been suffering even worse now because we wouldn't have had the money we have now.
Yes, and some people they were saying that, oh, we will renegotiate it. Renegotiate what? And today we are suffering also because of the politics again. We suffered when they said that that was a wrong deal, and a lot of people who were beguiled, they then go and vote back for them and they put them in there. Good. So they're there. They're misspending the money. That's the one wrong thing that they're doing. But the other wrong thing now, just because of the politics, let me tell you this, Sherrod. This is very important for the Guyanese people out there listening to us. CGX has found oil. CGX has found oil in commercial quantities.
Tell us.
And CGX, remember when CGX was being attacked by the Surinamis?
Correct.
We went to the Maritime Tribunal.
Correct.
CGX paid $10 million in legal fees, US dollars. And CGX, I understand, had signed on to an agreement with the then PPP government that when they find oil in commercial quantities, the model that Jagdeo had arranged in 2012 would be 1% royalty and 50% profit share after you pay off the cost.
Wow.
Just like what we did with ExxonMobil.
Mr. Dealmaker.
Yes. And today the people want them to sign on to their agreement. They're not allowing them to sign. Now, when you procrastinate the decision, because I understand that they're asking for more, but the people said, no, you make us spend 10 million US dollars on a case in the Maritime Tribunal, International Maritime Tribunal, and you work out that. That was a similar thing we did with the $18 million signature bonus. It was to go to pay for our case at the ICJ, and you can do kind of bonus like that. But you know what? Lots of people did not know that Jagdeo them had made these same arrangements that we used as a precedent.
It's one life from the next. It's one life for the next.
But today, I am saying, look, if you can get a better deal from CGX, like we got 100% royalty more, 2%, and the 50% profit share, and you're not signing up with the people will not be in a position to then go and order one of these platforms to come in to go and bring up the oil. And that would be monies that we are prevented from getting. And as we go on into the future, the anti-fossil fuel people, that is the anti, they got a crusade for
the environmentalists and so on,
all of them will be affecting you. And so you would not be in a position then probably to extract as much as you can whilst there because of the politics. He wants to play big thing and he telling CGX them and all of them now, we should get a better deal than what the Exxon people would have.
But Khemraj, what big thing can Mr. Jagdeo play? You promise you're going to make sugar great again. Not one sugar factory has been reopened. As a matter of fact, they're closing them down. As you said, sugar is dead. You promised that you could get a better deal out of Exxon, not knowing that you also, through CGX, had a 1% yourself, and you didn't negotiate nothing for the 2016 PSA production sharing. You're promising so many things, and the total opposite is happening. So how great can you be?
You cannot be great, and that is why this country, because of this, double standards on the part of the PPP leadership, it is big time double standard because they go and fool the people, and now they are benefiting from the same oil agreement that they cost us down for signing. They said they're gonna renegotiate. They can't renegotiate. And so on. So, and then we were governing this country far superior to them.
Correct. Correct.
We had an opposition member. We were allowing people to come to our, let's say, independence celebrations. These people, I understand, not allowing us to speak at the independence celebrations. And so on.
Correct. Correct. So myopic.
At
Right? You can have a little event for Burnham at the National Library.
Exactly.
So much for good governance.
You know, that is why, I mean, when Vincent Alexander spoke to me about that incident a couple of days ago, I told him it is all in keeping with the humiliation of the opposition and black people in this country that this government is out to do. It is to humiliate. And that is dangerous. Resentments are growing in this country, especially seeing where the oil money is going and where it is not going.
Yeah.
Especially also seeing too at a governance level what they're doing to block people like the Burnham Foundation, blocking people, some people, even they're talking about the governance issues in relation to Parliament, where we are being blocked and all of that from speaking on big motions that were presented there, big whereas clauses and resolve clauses being excluded. And then the whole general theme about not wanting to allow the opposition, which has a tremendous amount of votes, 49% and so on. How could you do that? And then by a man that is literally serving his third term, as I have always said, when you serve your 2 terms, you should go along your way. You can't be vice president. Obama can't come back and be vice president. And he has taken a hold. It is an overbearing burden on the existing presidency that he has, in my opinion. And I've been critical of it. I have even spoken personally to him that he should just move off the scene. Give the fella an opportunity.
But Khemraj, what is happening there? There's this Churcham issue. It seems that there's a pattern. Whenever Irfan Ali is overseas, you see Jagmeet take charge locally. He's always on an outreach, doling out stuff and making major announcements. Ali doesn't make any major announcement in this country. But now, especially in the last 24, 72 hours, we say, I don't know if Ali's overseas. I don't think so. He's right here. But then you see Jagmeet all over the place. You know, he plenty enough. He like inflation. Plenty enough all over the place. What is happening here? I mean, it must, those leaders who sat down there at the Artisan Conference Center over the weekend or at the National Conference Center must be running as what madness is this? Are we in Russia or are we in the Caribbean in a democratically managed state?
Well, that is what distinguishes us. And as I said in a previous program, having spoken at heard a lady, lawyer, professor spoke, this is the kingification of certain individuals in the Caribbean. They feel that they are dynastic. They must be there, even though right now the rules are that you get out the place. And that is what is happening. He is in charge. But you know what? I have come to realize that a lot of the East Indians in this country, although that is a blatant, flagrant violation, they accept it. Yes, that is our God. That is our Caesar. And he gonna do whatever is right for us and all of that. And that is why more and more he got the spouse to go and do what he's doing. And he could tell his cabinet members and all of that, I will go and deal with that. And a lot of them just enjoying the perks of office, not dealing with policy, like how we were dealing with sugar and a policy, trying to strain all the arguments as to why we must right size, trying to debate the issue as to why for about over a month and a half we should sign on to this oil agreement because of the benefits we will see down the road 5 years when they said they're going to bring up the oil and all of that. No, or how good governance and all of that must be implemented at a school level, at the health sector, and so on. No, they don't bother. They just authorize Jagdeo to deal with the issue. You go and talk to the people. You tell them what you got to tell them. We will take the monies out to the purse. We don't have to answer to Ramjattan where the money coming out from. We don't have to answer to anybody. And that is
so let's talk about that authorization and kingification, because we see what's happening in Essequibo, and no right-thinking Guyanese, can escape them or really going on there. right? You got the man in party paraphernalia, but you're in government business. Flying in helicopter, you're not the head of state, so why are you using the army helicopter? That's another story. So you're in equipment and you're doling out all of this stuff. You promised 800 jobs, like where are we on the numbers? But then you come back and say, oh, we give out 2,500 contracts. What these people doing, only God knows. But every right-thinking guy knows what is happening here. The inequality, the lopsided wealth distribution that's taking place in this country. You understand? And we're at a dangerous point, Khemraj. We're at a dangerous point. Talk to us about that.
Let me tell you something. This inflation, and I've been touching ground with a lot of people, this inflation is affecting a lot of public servants. This inflation, because they have literally stagnated with their salary under the 2 years of this administration thus far, right? And inflation, even though it is international, it also, because of the mismanagement and the misspending and the discriminatory disspending of the money, is also aggravating that inflation in Guyana. And it affects disproportionately the poor people. And as we know, public servants are not as wealthy as some of the other sets of occupations in Guyana. But wheresoever these other occupations like rice farming and the farmers and so on, who should get benefits, and I am not disagreeing with that, they are getting the benefits. And it is taken on, as I speak to a lot of Afro-Guyanese, and they don't like what they're seeing. And especially when that happens, this thing could be very explosive. What you need to do is, in this very inflationary time and the rain falling like hell all over the place, you need to do a cash transfer. You need to do school feeding program for the poor people and so on, and our children. You need to do equal and equitable distribution of that oil money. We put aside $5 billion, and the man taking it as if he is his personal account and telling them, well, I can look after you for $250 million. I can look after all you here. I can get money. Y'all can get money for buy fertilizer and so on. The thing is not right. And then now an entrepreneurial thing. I want y'all to go and do business.
Yeah.
Yes, and we don't know what business they will do, because that money, $250,000, could done in another 4 months. People could misspend it. How do you account for the distribution for entrepreneurial activities? 200. That is why I'm saying it is a handout.
Yeah.
Discussing him, and so he rushes up there, go with a helicopter and so on, whatever it is, and he goes there and he comes off as a big boy, very Putinian, and then goes and try to feel that he should be in the Hall of Fame. Well, the Hall of Fame, if it is a Hall of Fame that he wants to get into, it should not be spelled H-A-L-L. It should be H-A-U-L. Because he hauling out with money.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
redistributing it. And that is not right. That is not just. That is not good. That is not reasonable.
But Khemraj, one of the things that continues to boggle my mind, and we raised this point with Vincent Jordan, who was on our morning program today, is the fact that these people who again said they are czars for the economy, they know how to manage. They're gonna make the economy great again. They're gonna make sure great again, and all of that. They had a whole budget. Ashley Singh seemed to think the budget is good if you stand up 6 hours and have to read it out, or 7 hours, and so he has stamina in that regard. Just to take 2 sips of water in 6 or 7 hours to read a budget. But it seems like this we didn't have a budget, because lots of the stuff you're hearing now being doled out in region 2, 5 and 6, and some other places, weren't even taken into consideration for this budget here that was only passed in February, and by March they seem to have gone in a total different direction than their own budget. It's madness.
It is madness, and it is a lot of games, and there is no actual authenticity about the budgetary regime. When you do an estimate like that, you have to make sure that it goes in accordance with the budgetary rules to the places that we identify them, because we passed the law, that appropriation bill, and that 3 volume that we passed, we itemized $700 million to go X, 700 more millions to go Y, and we identify. What they're doing is literally having at a $5 billion contingency fund to spend as they wish, and without parliamentary approval. And that is, what is happening. And by the way, I am absolutely certain, with all the difficulties now and the inflation and all of that, they're going to come for 2 or 3 more financial papers, supplementary appropriation down the line. They take all the monies and they gone and spend it with some gas to shore and so on. And we are not so sure about that gas to shore.
Yeah.
Where is the money going? How much of it? What is the design? Does it have an environmental impact assessment? And so on. And then we don't even know. They said they're going to build a bridge. Good thing. It's a good infrastructure. But are we getting our money's worth? Do we know what it will cost? Do we know also the design of it? Whether tolls will have to be paid? What are the tolls to be paid? And so on. And these things are important, and especially in the context of our monies being the oil money is being spent there. Right now, that directorship made up of the 5 people headed by Joe Singh, Major General Joe Singh, they don't know where that set of oil money is gone. I hear they are asking them now if $127 billion was removed from the Natural Resource Fund and placed in the Consolidated Fund. We want to see where the money gone. 127 billion. Up to now, Jagdev and them not telling the people.
Yeah.
Because under that act, we could now go and ask Joe Singh, where did that money go? How much of it, say, gone for the gas to shore? How much gone for the bridge? How much gone for increased salary? How much gone for giving $250,000 to PPP supporters? And I want to say this about PPP supporters. I want you to be good to yourselves and be with a conscience. I went to Port Morant one time, and the Port Morant fella said that when they were shaving out the COVID relief, they passed 2 black people's house. And he had to call back the man and nearly beat up the man like the police beat up that chauffeur there just now. Go and give the people the money, the $25,000.
Wickedness.
Will you pass it there? Because they're black. Get your backside and go and give the people. And they went. But normally, if they didn't have a strong-headed East Indian like that telling them that that is unfair. But what we have today, a lot of them just take the money. I know of a couple of them in my village at 47. I said, but y'all take the money. And, it is wrong to do it and not do it in a professional way, in an equitable way.
Yeah. And we heard the same thing happen with the farmers too. Lots of people were given money who didn't even have farm, never plant a
You know
shell.
what they tell me? And all of them just go mandir and pray Sunday morning, They tell me, Ramjattan, are you money, Ras? Are you money? We get them. We going to shut him out. You're up on a beat Bobby's television, Dave television, talk stupidness. I said, but is that how you want to run this country?
Mm-hmm.
When other people might then get into government and they start giving only their ethnicities the money, you can start jump. We are born, with certain probably biases. But we grow out of them and know what is fair is against unfair. What is wrong is against right. That is what makes us human beings. Other animals are not like that. Why then, being Guyanese, on this 56th independence anniversary, we cannot, as East Indians, hold Jagdeo to account and say, well, this is wrong that you're doing. Is it just because we get any money? Then we're going to take it like a bribe? We're going to take buyout like that? And our consciences will not be there? Well, then when you do that, the resentments that have been shown in all oil-producing countries is that when the ethnicity starts civil strife, it becomes perennial. It becomes permanent. And I've been talking to so many of them in Parliament, please stop that kind of discrimination.
Correct.
And then the crimes will raise. Oh, big time crimes will raise. but they don't want to learn a thing about governance. All the PPP know is elections. Elections is not democracy. Elections is one pillar. And we managed to come out of that ugly period, and they're in government. But the next pillar is indeed good governance, which includes a tolerance for others that might not have voted for you or you perceive not to vote for you.
Yeah.
It is non-discrimination. It is also the rule of law. And a lot of things happening in this country that, the rule of law is literally being bent. It's going to crack up. And when that happens, we're going to be in a very, very serious problem. So I am urging, especially East Indian supporters and supporters of the PPP, please understand that we are here to live with our Afro-Guyanese brethren and sistren. We have to hold their hands, like Chandapal and Hooper that brought those trophies for us when they were batting for Guyana. And we got to ensure that when you see corruption in the distribution of money, just like that Port Morant East Indian, you must drag them back when they pass and say, hey, why you skip that fella? We got to go back there. That is what Shetty would have done. But you get him, the Jack the Whites in office now, and he literally controls them. But they got some people with hearts there. But a kind of fear is being driven into them. And, this got to come to a stop. Because if it does not stop, we're going to be in serious trouble.
Khemraj, if Renali has the opportunity to be a great installed president, he has the opportunity. I think at some point he got to wake up and realize, I could do this bad all by myself. Because you could see the economy is not what Jack Joe would have promised. Sugar is not what he would have promised. You name it. Rice, sugar production, you name it. Any sector in this country, right, performing very, very poorly. And that's why when you see some of the targets they want to use to bring down the food import bill for the Caribbean, it's kind of laughable. Because if you can't even produce rice right here for your targets, you can do 1 million plus tons and so forth. It's madness. So at some point, I think I figure I might be young, I might be a little stupid and so on, but I think I'm going to do a little better than how we're doing currently, because if Jack is making all the decisions, and this is maybe there, what madness is happening here? So like when the real Irfan Ali stand up.
He has the precedent of what Jack Deo did to Janet Jagan.
Mm-hmm.
Madam, you are a private citizen now.
And Donald Ramachan too.
But, they got to get some balls. And they don't have, I think, You got to get gonads. You got to be brave. You got to be courageous. Of course, I was a mayor member and a central committee and he nashed out. But this man is president, officially the president.
Yeah.
You could tell the vice president, hey, too many vices are occurring under your vice presidency. I prefer virtues than vice. And please have a walk. That's like how you tell Navin Chandapal, a good friend of mine, walk out to the office of the president. Man,
yeah. Navin was very concerned about the voting for the central exec and this secret thing and, all kind of madness from what I read. And they came down hard on him.
Those are how authoritarians and authoritarian leadership rather than transformational leadership are made. Because he controlled them literally. And all of them feel, that they got to not in any way disavow him. They disapprove of what he says and so on. And that is what happens. And that is why we had created 2 terms and no more. Because you're doing a bypass here and getting into the actual presidency by being a vice president. And that is the kingification. I mean, the man could go and behave like he does in the Caribbean and so on. And the Caribbean allows it. And I have spoken to some Caribbean leaders about this thing. And they said, no, Mr. Ramjattan, well, is there anything prohibiting it? I said, under our law, the norms that we adopted in the 2-term rule is norms from America. And although there might not be a written prescription or proscription about that written into the law, the norm is you shouldn't be there. That is the kingification we're talking about.
Yeah.
And so you did the back seat there and you're literally controlling the car. So we got to stop that because that is a violation of the rule of law. We got to stop
Yeah.
that because that is a governance issue that is being violated.
Yeah.
And then the discrimination under his hand in relation to all these monies. $250 million here. You got to give a couple $1 billion to sugar workers, a second severance payment, and so on. The thing is not looking right. And those people in New Amsterdam that I met the other day, cane cutters too, largely Afro-Guyanese cane cutters, who now got to go to Blairmont from New Amsterdam and travel from 4 o'clock a morning now. 4 o'clock a morning, they got to travel. And there is a ruling that says that if you got to now get up so much earlier to do the traveling, you got to be paid a certain sum of money for that extra waking up earlier and also the travel that you do, because 2 or 3 hours they got to be in that truck that carries them to the way they got cut the cane. You know, they're not giving the people the money. They're not giving the people the money.
Wow.
And Gau stands there, does nothing for those workers. Nothing. Gau only, as I have said over and over, concerned about their union dues. Yes. Gau has done nothing for about 119 workers. I got their names and so on. And I indicated to the minister that he will get a lawyer's letter from me. But the trouble is that I beg him, please consider, and he tell me that he's going to deal with the issue. The trouble is that they're not dealing with it. They gone to their support base. Them people that are human being too. They're from Lightstone and one, two of them areas there that are, you know, with Afro-Guyanese, and they ain't doing anything. This is unjust.
Yeah.
And we as
Yeah.
Guyanese, whether we Coolie man or black man or Amerindian man or Portuguese man, we must watch those things and say that is wrong. And that is what is going to bring back our national identity as Guyanese. If it is one thing, that's constitution that we got is basically a good document to circle ourselves around, but also the goodness of our heart to the extent that you must not be unfair to the other and extravagant with your own. It is
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. Khemraj, you know, Mr. Jagger sat down somewhere in Essequibo, and it was easy for him to say Trinidad falling apart, right? And he doubled down on that. But when Rowley came, the man was running. You know, what kind of bad man is Jack Dio? You know, you had an opportunity to look Rowley in the face and say, what happened in Trinidad is nonsense if you're playing, you're bad. But the man was running scarce from Rowley. You know, finally.
That is the nature of the guy. When confronted with very smart leaders, you're not going to say nothing. But soon as they've gone from you behind their back, like a yard foul cock, you know, they don't want to play big thing, you know. But in front of those people, they wouldn't. And he will have his lieutenants, let's say in the private sector commission, saying all kinds of things that we must not be CARICOM oriented. They must be local content for Guyanese. I agree. We got to leave our businessmen to also start and initiate their infant industries and all of that. But the regional trade is important too. And if Trinidadian got 100 years of oil experience, it will be better for them to come here and teach us a thing or two.
And already have oil refineries too.
All of that.
Yeah.
But, you know, he will be guided by these fellas who probably going to give him big support elections time and so on. And that is what the darker side of democracy is about. When you could be bought by lobbyists, and then with the money of the state, you can then go buy out votes. The thing, you know, is coming out from a book that I know about, The Dictator's Handbook.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is how you do it. And it is a terrible situation. And then you can go and get on the Facebook all kinds of nasty advertisements, like the Mercury arranged. And so people could see black people can't run oil monies. They can't manage oil monies. And then the thing disappear. And then they influence a lot of Guyanese.
Nastiness.
That is it.
Yeah.
The darker side of democracy, it is called.
Yeah. Khemraj, you know, as we put the curtain down on our program for this evening, Guyana 56, what is your charge to the people of this country?
I want them to start doing a lot of introspection a lot of reflection as to why we are literally running at the same spot. We have not moved that fast. We have not moved that forward. And start thinking very seriously why. Listen to the arguments of the opposition. Listen to the arguments of the government of the day. Listen to the arguments of the chatterati in the press and all of that. But honestly, come to a decision that will bear on the children's destiny to come. Because when we start thinking seriously what is right from wrong, what is fair from unfair, we can start making better decisions. And I believe that is what is needed in this country. We're too divided, we're too politicized, we are not rational. And we must look at it and say, well, okay, if Ramjattan talking stupidness, well, he talking stupidness. And these are the reasons why. So at least you could reason out your thought processes. And so to the extent of that, at 56, we are supposed to be mature now, be rational. And yes, hearing in the ring, whatever their programs, listening, and it's like a judge. They got to make a judgment after you hear liar for the defense and liar for the prosecution. And then you become, that is what is going to move us forward when rationality prevails, rather than emotionalism and racial, ethnic driven kind of politics. And I feel that that is going to make better policies. It will make better leaders, because we're going to get rid of the bad leaders and the bad policies as a result of that rationality.
Fantastic. Khemraj Ramjattan, leader of the Alliance for Change, Member of Parliament, Shadow Minister for Agriculture. Thanks for your time in the ring this evening, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Happy Independence.
Happy
Independence. Yep. And happy independence to each and every one of you. That's our program. Happy Independence. Happy 56. A time for introspection. Share the live stream, folks. Not that emotive, but for us. How things that you have stuck it up into the overtime tonight. And we're so grateful. Share the live stream, folks, and smash that emoji button. Happy independence. Happy 56 independence to each and every one of you. Time for introspection, folks. How far we've come and where we're going. You know, we're at that crossroads. Believe it or not, we are at those crossroads. Happy independence, folks. Thanks for joining us. Share the live stream. And you know, we always say we can't do these programs without you. So consider, folks, consider. Partner with us. You all know we got Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, MMG. We're available via Western Union, MoneyGram. You want to know how? Need some more information. 627-627-6963. 627-6963 is the number you want to. WhatsApp is written first century. WhatsApp, we can give you the information. Partner with us, folks. Pace and power. Boots on the ground. We're not backing down. WhatsApp us and we'll let you know the information. We're available via Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, you know, you name it. MMG, MoneyGram, Western Union. 627-6963. We're going to tell you how. Thanks for joining us, folks. Happy Independence. That's the program. Folks. We're so glad that you guys are here with us still. Happy Independence to each and every one of you. Happy Independence. Partner with us. Share the live stream. Smash the emoji, folks. Smash the emoji button. That's our time. Yes, we program as well. Yep. Happy Independence, guys. Happy Independence. Now ring the bell. 456. Yep. That's our program, guys. Thanks for staying with us. Thank you for staying with us. Yep. We're so privileged, guys. Happy Independence. Happy Independence. Don't want to say it in a braggadocious way, but we're happy. We're happy, folks. Happy Independence. Oren Barker, good to see you. We're not going to have any programs tomorrow, guys. We're going to take the day off for that introspection. Good to see you, Ascot Schultz. Thanks for staying with us. Share the live stream before you go. Julie North, good to see you. Paul DeAndro, good to see you as well. Diane, David Wood, good to see you. I see Jeffrey Bowery, good to see you. Delon Scott, good to see you. Happy Independence, Rami Leander. Happy Independence, Roxanne Odessa Jacobs. Maureen Chichester Paul, happy Independence. Share the live stream, guys. Smash that emoji button as well. We're out tomorrow. Have a great day. Happy Independence. Veronica Primo Rollins, happy Independence. Abiola Clark, happy Independence. Deborah Clark, The whole Clark clan, happy independence. Chinsing Henry, Linda Gill, happy independence. Ann Bevney, happy independence. Timo Crow, happy independence. Gary Spectator, happy independence. Good to see you. Chatterbox, happy independence. Trench Crappos, Tadpoles, and Crackers. Happy independence, folks. We're going to see you guys back on Friday. Back to regular programming. We're off tomorrow, taking some rest. Introspecting tomorrow. But good to have you, Jeffrey Bowery, Joylyn Cook, Chinsing Henry, Melissa Barnwell, Chapin Bradford. Good to have you. Happy independence. Agatha Queen, Abiola Clark. Happy independence, guys. Stay safe.